War 4 of Season 44 versus New Nation. I am bringing Hercules, Tigra, and Silk. Sorry for the late upload. I will try to be a little bit faster if possible. My first fight is going to be a Shuri on Path 1. Basically, the game plan is just to heavy if I can and get my crit up if I can. Those are pretty much the two things. Try to give my distance a little bit. At the beginning, I'm going to try to ramp myself up as well. So you're going to see that. Alright, I start the fight. Obviously, she can't go into miss mode yet. That's a 5-hit combo. Alright, so here we go. Ramping him up. Alright. I can also bait a heavy here, actually, because she's not going to go miss mode. And she resists the first one and parries it. Good thing I'm stun immune. Oops. And then the other thing that I told myself was I'm going to try to dex that last hit of the special one. I can dex the whole thing sometimes. I want to try to dex the whole thing maybe with practice, but, you know, not right now. But I told myself that I will keep dexing the end of the special one until I miss it so I can get a charge. And if I don't ever get a charge, it's fine. But like clockwork, I miss it both times. So, oops. Anyway, I won't be dexing that again, but it doesn't really matter because I won't be seeing it again. Into special 2. And, yeah, that's the first fight. Super easy, got all 3 charges, and I'm still at 90% health. So, honestly, probably the right play. I had a feeling it'd be kind of neutral. So, you know, not necessarily a bad thing that I took that SP1. Then we have Silk versus Kindred, and normally you would punish Kindred special 1s. The problem is, I have a double medium, so I don't want to do that. I'm pretty much just going to ignore the counter. Here we go. And there's also, he's basically unblockable the whole fight, which is worth noting. I tap into him to remove Masochism. You can also run in. I probably am just going to run in the future. And I've done that before. I don't really know why I didn't this time. Didn't really make a lot of sense. Anyway, here we go. And here I try to use the evade and do 2 lights, but that does not work at all, as you can see. All right, here we go. Okay, and as you can see, I'm taking no degen damage. Go ahead and heavy into special 2, and look at that damage. Let's just look at that in slow motion real quick, because the next time I do this, I'm going to mess it up. So look at it while it's nice. All right, that's the first special. And the second one I get when he is in stun immune, which, spoiler alert, is not very good. So there, I should have saved my relic when I had more power so I could heavy into it. And I was like, oh, it'll just give me another special. It did not. To be fair, it would have if that last hit had done damage, but it can't, of course. All right, here we go. And he is unblockable. But look at that. I dex a heavy and then a full combo while rooted, and he's unblockable. But after that, I take some hits after that. But it's fine. All right, end of the fight. I just want to hit him a couple times, and it's good to go. Get that heavy and combo him, and he is down. Okay. A little bit of an error in terms of strategy, but that's just experience with the fight. That wouldn't happen again. Okay. Here we go. Next, I have... Honestly, I don't remember what path this is, so... Oh, it's path 5 again. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and take path 5, and that is Thing. Super, super easy fight. I've taken Thing with Hercules probably a dozen times, if not more. Super, super easy. One of my favorite counters, if not my favorite. I guess Valk and Crossbones are probably better. But Hercules absolutely cooks Thing. And here's why. I heavy. Alright. And note that I'm actually playing this slow. You're just not going to be able to tell. So here we go. Just playing that safe just to make sure I don't do anything dumb. Alright. Perfect. Want to get to 11. And then throw my special 1. Okay. Here we go. And I wasn't really feeling that good about the spacing on that one, so I didn't heavy counter. I'm going to try to weave a few heavy counters in here, but again, I'm playing a little bit on the safe side. Heavy counter there. As I say that, I heavy counter. Alright, 4 hits into special 1. Perfect. And I believe this one is not a heavy counter either. Yeah. Alright. Almost done. I want to get an intercept. There we go. He throws that, which is fine. And here I want to do 4 hits and just drop my special. Assassin fails it, but he also dies, so not really a problem there. Again, it's a nothing fight. There's nothing going on in that fight. Now I have Ebony Maw. This is a rank 2 7-star, and it's awakened, which is pretty cool. But I don't care, so I'm going to go ahead and take this with hopefully no issues. Going to get an intercept there. Knock him down. Okay, the falter is paused. Okay, and I kind of want to push to SP2 because the SP1 is still going to give me a Fury that I don't really want to deal with. So as I say that, and as I'm trying to and actively holding block, Maw decides he doesn't care and does it anyway. Thank you, Maw. And then again, as I'm holding block, just right into my face. It doesn't really matter, but still annoying. Okay, here we go. SP2. Boom, boom. No crits. And that actually would have been a lot of power if it wasn't Ebony Maw, because he mitigates power gain. Look at this, by the way. I thought I had landed the parry, but it shrugged, I think, the second protection hit, because I'm pretty sure that was a light attack, which means it should be able to be parried, but nope. All right, here we go. Watching that falter timer, but there's plenty of time on it for me. Go ahead and drop the special. I could have chained Relic and then into Heavy, into another special, or into a special, but it was not needed, obviously. All right. Then we have another fight. This one is... it's Gorr, right? Yeah. So here is Gorr, and he is on the same one I always take him on. What am I looking at? Oh, okay. This is being a weirdo. All right, here's Gorr, and this Gorr has just maybe not my favorite AI. Does not play with me at all. I'm starting to think there probably are a couple different ways I could go about this fight that are probably a little bit better. Like maybe I start with a combo, and instead of going for another combo, then I bait a heavy, then I heavy counter the special one. I don't know. But this one isn't really working that well, and I've been using this strategy. It's working okay, and it's definitely still safe, but like, I don't know, it's not working that great. So watch this. I try to bait a heavy out from him. He's just not even hitting into me, and then he's like being weird. So I just intercept him to keep my senses. SP2, and then I need this out of him, which he throws, which is nice, admittedly. Okay. And then here, I believe I try to get a heavy out of him, and he just doesn't even want to dash in. So he finally dashes in. I'm just like, whatever, I'm going to combo and do another special too. So obviously, no danger in that fight at all. But I don't... maybe there's a way I could have done it better. I'm not really sure, but I didn't really like that at all. Definitely still very safe even playing it like that, but I felt like it could have been done better. So maybe I'll think of a little bit more efficient way to do that. Alrighty, 2 more fights for us. I have Nova, and this is a really... is this Nova Ascended? No fun. Okay, it's just rank 5. It's Hercules versus Nova. Like, there's really nothing to it. It's not a hard fight. I do have an invul on for both this one and the Longshot after. Okay, there we get Infuriate. Get the intercept. Again, super standard. I want to push him to L2 if I can, just because I don't want to deal with his Energize. It's not a problem if he throws it, and he does actually end up throwing a special one, but if I can push him to L2, it's going to be a lot better, because then there's just a little bit less power, which is, of course, always good. And normally, I'd be going for that heavy counter on his heavy, which I can do. I can also heavy counter his special one, but why would I want to do that if I don't need to? This is my last fight. Anyway, so I push him here. Maybe he doesn't actually get to special one, or he can throw it here if he is being weird. But anyway, just combo into special 2, throw that immediately, and bye-bye Nova. Super straightforward fight, as I said. Literally just, that's a nothing fight, and there are 15 people who can take it. I don't know why they would place that there. It's a little bit weird. My last fight is a Longshot. It is Conflictor, but Conflictor is really not that much of an issue when I have as many debuffs as I do, and they're all placed one at a time. I guess in this case it's probably 2 at a time, but anyway, they're placed very consistently. Here we go. Heavy to knockdown, and just going to dex that. The SP2 is not going to ever be in Pure of Heart, because when you place a non-damaging debuff, it removes 70%, has a 70% chance to remove a Karma. I don't know if that's just with Science Champs or with all champs. I don't really know how it works, but it works. So here, I choose to just block the special one, knowing that it's going to be evaded. There we go, a dash back into a heavy, into a relic, into another heavy, special 2, boom, 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 boom. And here I was so tempted to just send it. I wanted to send it so bad, you can see. But instead I just tap him so I can get my evade back. And combo into an SP2 like a boring loser instead of, just YOLOing it, which would have been way more fun. But anyway, Longshot goes down without a problem, and that is the war. No deaths, which is, of course, always the goal, and hopefully one that we can continue to succeed at doing.